Okay. Good morning, students. Okay, in continuation of last video, emulsions and gels. Okay, we'll see the properties of colloidal solutions. Okay, we saw the last video emulsions and gels. What are emulsions? The liquid colloidal solutions we call as emulsions. That means dispersion medium and dispersion phase both are liquids in emulsions. Okay, we saw the types of emulsions, how to identify the emulsions, how to stabilize the emulsions. We saw, okay, already we saw that one. Okay, after that we saw the gels. What are gels? Solid dispersion medium, okay, and liquid dispersion phase containing solutions we call as gels. Already we saw the types of gels and here properties of gels and here how to identify the gels and okay, we saw in the last video that one. In continuation we'll see properties of colloidal solution. Okay, colloidal solution will be exhibit nearly 12 properties. One is filterability, second one diffusibility, and third one heterogeneity, fourth one surface area, and here fifth one concentration or density of salts, and sixth one shape, and here seventh one colligative properties, and here eighth one color, and ninth one optical property, and 10th one kinetic property, 11th one electrical property, 12th one coagulation. Okay, colloidal solution may be exhibit these types of properties. Okay, in continuation we'll see the first property, filterability. Filterability. What is the meaning of filterability? Okay, separation of impurities from the colloidal solution we call as filter. Already filter means purification. Okay, we purify colloidal solutions by using different methods, dialysis, electrodialysis, ultrafiltration and electrodecantation. By using those methods. Okay, the filterability of colloidal solution. The filterability of colloidal solution or colloidal particle depends on the size of the filter. Okay, the whole size of filter is more, colloidal solution also filter. Otherwise it can't. Okay, it does not filter. Otherwise it does not filter. That means by using ultrafiltration, if you use the ultrafiltration method, the colloidal particle never comes down. Okay, never filter. That we call as filterability. What is the filterability? The filterability mainly depends on the pores of the filter paper. That means in dialysis, if you use big size containing pores, okay, colloidal solution will come into downside. Simple example, okay, after the preparation of tea, okay, if you use big holes containing filter, the tea powder will come downside. Okay, small holes containing filter, okay, the tea powder never comes to the downside or in glass. Okay, that is that filterability of that tea powder. Here also say filterability of colloidal solution depends on the size of the pores. Okay, that is about the first property, filterability. Second property, diffusibility. Here second property, diffusibility. Okay, somewhat colloidal solution particle size is more than true solutions. Okay, what are the true solutions? Okay, here I am taking colloidal solution and true solution. Here you take water, here also you take water. Okay, here add sodium chloride, will get a true solution. The particle size is 0 angstrom to 1 angstrom to 10 angstroms particle size. Here the particle size is, okay, here add starch. Okay, here this is called colloidal solution. This is called colloidal solution. The particle size of colloidal solution is here. Okay, here 10 angstrom to 2000 angstroms. That means, okay, here colloidal size particle more than the true solution particle. True solutions easily diffuse one area to other area, while the size of this true solution particle is less. Okay, here the size of colloidal solution particle is more, so diffusibility is less compared to the true solution. Less compared to the true solution. More than suspensions. What are suspensions? Okay, here water, you add gold. You add gold. We call suspension. Gold or sand. Suspension. The particle size is greater than 2000 angstroms. Greater than 2000 angstroms. By increasing the size of the particle, diffusibility decreases. For example, okay, 100 kg containing one human body, 50 kg containing human body moves. Which moves fastly? Okay, 50 kg containing human body moves fastly compared to the 100 kg human body. Like this also same, okay, which has less particle size, that only moves fast. That means, okay, colloidal solution diffusibility, okay, here more than, less than true solution, more than suspensions. Okay, this is about the one important property, diffusibility. Then heterogeneity. Okay, heterogeneity. All colloidal solutions are heterogeneous in nature. Already I explained 8 colloidal solutions are there. Okay, except gas colloidal solution. Remaining 8 means solid, liquid, solid, gas. Okay, liquid, solid, liquid, gas. Okay, gas, solid, gas, liquid. 8 colloidal solutions are, okay, heterogeneous in nature except the gas solution. That means all the colloidal solution exhibit the heterogeneous in nature. Heterogeneous in nature means one will be present in one physical state, other will be present in other physical state. Okay, other will be present in other physical state, or catalyst is different in physical state, or any other physical state, different physical state. The solutions different physical states. Suppose for example, okay, you know, liquid colloidal solutions. Liquid colloidal solutions we call as emulsions. The physical state of dispersion medium liquid, the physical state of dispersive phase also liquid. So here both are having same phase now. This is not heterogeneous, this may be homogeneous. This may be homogeneous. Okay, if you arise the doubt, okay, here these liquid colloidal solutions are unstable. Further increasing the stability, we add gum. Okay, we add gum or agar. Okay, these are the solids. These are also solid. This, okay, gum and agar both are physical states of this solid. Here liquid. Then we will get colloidal solution. That means that also contain liquid and solid, okay, physical quantities, liquid and solid quantities. So this also heterogeneous in nature. Solid also same. Solid colloidal solutions also unstable. For increasing the stability, we use different conditions and different materials. Okay, in continuation, we will see the fourth one, surface area. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the fourth one, surface area. Okay, these are heterogeneous in nature. Heterogeneous in nature means these are having finely divided surface area. All colloidal solution particles have colloidal particles have finely divided surface area. So these involves in adsorption process. Suppose if we pass any color to colloidal solution, that color or dye or any material active by the surface of the particular colloidal solution, not into bulk. The color present on surface of the colloidal solution. It has finely divided. Why finely divided surface area? It is heterogeneous in nature, so should have the finely divided surface area. This is about the fourth one, surface area. Then concentration and density. Concentration of colloidal solutions very less. Why? Because here the amount of solute is very less. In colloidal solution. That's why the concentration of solution is less. Density depends on concentration or weight of this compound, weight of the solute or weight of the dispersion phase. The amount of the solute is less means concentration is less. Weight of solute is less means weight of the dispersion phase less means density also less. All colloidal solutions are having very less concentration. Suppose ferric hydroxide solution is there. Ferric hydroxide colloidal solution contain 0.5 m's per liter, just moles per liter concentration. It is a very less concentration. That means all colloidal solutions are very less concentrated solutions. Very less concentrated solutions. All these are having less density due to the less concentration. This is about the fifth one. Concentration and density of solids. In continuation, we'll see the one more important property, shape. Shape means structure of colloidal solution. When we observe the one structure of one particle, we can't observe the any structure of particle in dark. We can observe structure of a shape of any particle under the light only. Here we have two types of lights. One is transmitted light. And second one is scattered light. Colloidal solution shows different colors. Different colors when we pass the transmitted light, and different shapes when we pass the transmitted light and scattered light. If we pass transmitted light and scattered light to colloidal solution, it shows different shapes. For example, ferric hydroxide soul is there. Ferric hydroxide soul or gold soul. Ferric hydroxide soul or gold soul. Artans acid. All those. If you pass light, the side here, these particles shows the spherical shape. These particles are having spherical shape. Some of the colloidal particle, aniline blue. Aniline blue is the one of the important one. If you here the shape of colloidal particle is rod-like shape. These are having spherical in shape. These are having rod-like shape. When we observe this one, when we pass the light only this one, we observe the shape of colloidal solution. Some of the colloidal solutions are spherical in shape. Some of the colloidal solutions are rod-like colloidal solution particle or colloidal solution shape particle. This is about the shape Next in continuation we will see the color. After that we will see the qualitative property, color property. Here also say we have two types of lights. When you observe the color, under the visible light only we observe the color. Under the visible light only we observe the color. Okay, if not use the visible light, we can't observe the color. Here also say if you pass the transmitted light and scatter light, colloidal solutions. Okay, colloidal solution exhibit the color properties. Colloidal solution exhibit the color properties. Here I am taking two colloidal solution. Okay, here I am taking two colloidal solution. One is gold salt. What is the gold salt? Gold particles, gold powder when dissolved in water will get the gold salt. Gold salt. Here I am taking milk salt. How will you get the milk? Okay, when we add the water to milk, that means diluted milk we call as milk salt. Okay, if we pass the transmitted light, if we pass the and scattered light, if you pass the scattered light, okay, the gold salt exhibit, okay, golden yellow color, gold salt exhibit golden yellow color. If you pass the transmitted light, it shows reddish color. That means, okay, it exhibit the color properties. It shows color properties means the wavelength of these lights equal to the distance. Then only we observe the color. That means it is always present in visible light range. That's why we observe the colors. Okay, when we pass transmitted light, the color of gold salt is reddish color. When we pass scattered light, we observe golden yellow color. Okay, here also say, okay, if we pass the scattered light, we observe the blue color. When we pass the scattered light to a milk solution, okay, we observe the blue color. When we pass the transmitted light, we observe the reddish color. Sky also blue in color. Why? Okay, we are passing the scattered light through that what we call clouds. Then only observe blue color. Why under the light these observed as a blue color or reddish color? Okay, the wavelength matched of lights and light wavelength and this colloidal solution wavelength. Then only we observe the colors. Otherwise we can't observe the colors in dark. Why? The wavelength not matched with that particular light time, that particular object. That's why we can't observe the color under dark. We can observe colors under the light. That means the wavelength matched with that particular object and particular light. Sky in blue color. Why sky in blue color? The wavelength of sky matched with the scattered light, which are emitted from the sun. Okay, that's why we observe the sky in blue color. That is also one of the scattering phenomena. Okay, this is about the color. In continuation, we'll see some more properties. Okay, colligative properties. What is the meaning of colligative property? The property which depends on the particles of solute we called as colligative property. The property which depends on particles of solute Particles of solute means particles of dispersal phase. Particles of dispersal phase we called, okay, we called colligative property. How many colligative properties are there? Already this topic presented in colloidal solution. Okay, here we have 4 colligative properties. Next in continuation we will see the colligative properties. Okay, we have 4 colligative properties. What are those? One colligative properties relating lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, this is related to Raoult's law. Second one, okay, what is the meaning of relative lowering of vapor pressure? Okay, the vapor pressure will be decreased. The vapor pressure will be decreased. Okay, by the addition of non-volatile salt to pure solvent. We call as lowering of vapor pressure. We call as lowering of vapor pressure. The relative lowering of vapor pressure means the ratio between lowering of vapor pressure and vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Vapor pressure of the pure solvent we called as relative lowering of vapor pressure. Don't think about that one. Alright, we need not to discuss all those here. Okay, just this is the one colligative property. This relative lowering of vapor pressure colligative property depends on particles of solute. Depends on particles of the solute. That's why we called this one colligative property. Then one more colligative property, elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point indicated with the TB. Okay, delta T. TB means boiling point. Delta TB means elevation in boiling point. This also depends on particles, number of particles of solute. Okay, what is the definition of elevation in boiling point? The boiling point of solution increases by the addition of non-volatile salt to pure solvent. Non-volatile salt to pure solvent, that we call as elevation in boiling point. That also, okay, the boiling point increases after the addition of non-volatile solute only. Non-volatile solute only. That means that property also depends on number of particles of solute. Okay, depression in freezing point. Okay, indicate with delta TF. Here also same. Okay, here the freezing point of solution, okay, decreases by the addition of non-volatile solute to pure solvent. That means by the addition of non-volatile solute to solvent, the freezing point decreases. That we call as depression in freezing point. Okay, next, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, this indicated with P, double pi. This indicated with pi. Osmotic pressure also depends on colligative, also depends on this one, solute particles. Okay, number of solute particles. And here, the size of the solute particle greater than the size of the particle in true solution. The size of the colloidal solution particle. Here I am taking again true solution. Okay, here true solution. Here colloidal solution. Okay, here size is 10 angstrom to 2000 angstroms. Here 1 angstrom to 10 angstroms. Okay, the size of colloidal particle, okay, greater in colloidal solution compared to the true solutions. Suppose for example 1 liter true solution contain, okay, more than 1 liter true solution contain more number of particles than 1 liter colloidal solution. Suppose 1 liter true solution contains, okay, 10 particles. Okay, here This 1 liter colloidal solution contains less than 10 colloidal solute particles. Less than 10 solute particles. Suppose for example, here it contains 10 colloidal particles. Here less than 10 colloidal solution particles. Colloidal particles. That means here colligative properties of colloidal solution less than the true solution. Colligative properties of true solution. Why? Okay, here number of particles less in colloidal solution compared to the true solution. Okay, the colligative properties of colloidal solution less than true solution. Why? The number of particles less. Why number of particles less? Size of the colloidal solution. Size of the colloidal particles more than the size of the true solution particles. That's why the colligative properties are less than the true solution. Colligative properties of colloidal solution lesser than colligative properties of true solutions. This is about the colligative property. Okay, here all 8 finished. Then in continuation we will see the optical property. Optical property means when we pass the light, what happened colloidal solution? Okay, we will see in continuation that optical property, 9th one. Optical property. Actually, colloidal solution by seeing in simple way, colloidal solutions are colorless, sometimes colorless, depending upon the light. Okay, here I am taking colloidal solution. Here I am taking two solutions. First I am taking true solution, then pass the color, then pass the light. There is no observance of true solution particle. There is no observance of true solution particle. Not visible. True solution particles are not visible. Why? The wavelength of light not matched with the wavelength of true solute particles. That's why we can't see the true solution particles in a true solution. Okay, here what happens? One of the phenomena is observed. Here I take colloidal solution. Okay, colloidal solution. Pass here light, scattered light. What happened? Okay, then we pass scattered light like this. We observe here under the light only cone shaped colloidal particles. We observe cone shaped colloidal particles with the bright cone shaped colloidal particle with the bright. Okay, that bright colloidal particle first observed by the tyndall. Okay, then this effect is called as Tyndall effect. Okay, why this colloidal particle observed as a bright and cone shape? The wavelength of light and matched with the wavelength of colloidal particles. Then only we observe these bright colored cone shaped particles. These bright colored cone shaped particles we called as tyndall. This is the optical property of colloidal solution. This we we call as Tyndall effect. What is the Tyndall effect? When we pass the beam of light, beam means bunch of light rays. Okay, when we pass the beam of light through a colloidal solution, observe what we observe. Okay, bright colored cone shape, bright colored cone shaped particles. Okay, this we call as Tyndall. This we simply called as Tyndall. Okay, this effect we called as Tyndall effect. This effect we simply called as, okay, that we called as Tyndall effect, and the cone shaped particle, bright cone shaped particle we called as Tyndall. Why colloidal particle shows Tyndall effect? Why? The light, wavelength of light matched with the wavelength of colloidal particles. That's why, okay, we observe the Tyndall effect. Okay, in cinema halls, we observe in cinema hall, okay, in the beam of light we observe the dust particles. Only the beam of light, projector light, we observe the dust particle. Okay, other area we can't observe the dust particle. What is the reason? Okay, the dust particles wavelength and the projector light wavelength match. That's why we observe those dust particles in cinema theater under the dark, and under the projector light in dark. That is also one of the optical property of, dust also one of the best example for the colloidal solution. That is also one of the best example for dust particle, observation of dust particle in cinema hall. That is also one of the important property of colloidal solution. That is also one of the optical property of colloidal solution. Okay, in continuation we'll see the next video. We'll see the kinetic property and electric property and coagulation. Okay, thank you.